All right, New York City terror attack this morning, leaving several injured. The suspect is currently in custody, a 27-year-old man. Police, fire department authorities, the mayor and the governor just confirming. A crude pipe bomb was strapped to him and it went off in a passageway from 7th and 8th Avenues near Times Square. 3 people suffering non-life-threatening injuries that we know of at this point. We want to bring in on the phone South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. Senator, thank you for being here. Your thoughts on this morning so far?
Well, number one, I'm very pleased that no one got killed, and I think we dodged a bullet. There's more that's coming. The last thing I want this guy to hear is you have a right to remain silent. He should be held as a suspected enemy combatant. We should take several days here to figure out who he is and not read him his Miranda rights. Prosecuting him is not going to be difficult. I want to hold him under the law of war and gather intelligence.
You know, and people hear you say that and they think it sounds so obvious. Why wouldn't that be the case, Senator? Why would he not be treated as an enemy combatant?
I can't think of a reason why he would. Clearly, he's not trying to rob anybody. He was trying to commit an act of terrorism. He should be held as a suspected enemy combatant and interrogated under the law of war. He's apparently allegiance soldier of the caliphate, and I'm urging the Trump administration to reject the law enforcement model and reject Obama's policies of turning the war into a crime.
This is the second terrorist attack that we've seen in New York City in a couple of months now, Senator Graham. And when you look back at that attack, when a terrorist drove a rental truck down a busy jogging path in lower Manhattan, killed many people, he was not treated as an enemy combatant. What was the situation there?
Well, they read him his Miranda rights. They charged him in federal court. They gave him a lawyer. I've been a military lawyer all my adult life. We're fighting a war, not a crime. Under the law of the war, when you capture an enemy prisoner, somebody who's the soldier of the caliphate, you can hold them for intelligence gathering purposes. The last thing a terrorist needs to hear is you have a right to remain silent and a right to a lawyer. Under the law of war, you don't get lawyers. You get held in military custody and interrogated. And we didn't do that with the truck guy. And you'll never convince me the best way to gather intelligence is to read somebody their Miranda rights and put them in federal court. I don't mind this guy being tried in civilian court. It'd be easy to prove his case. What I object to vehemently is treating him as a common criminal. I want to know everything about him. I want to know how he got radicalized. He may be an isolated lone wolf, but you don't know yet. I want to spend some quality time with this guy, finding out all we need to know about what got him to where he is today.
How do you predict the president will get involved here? We have not heard from him yet. No official statement from the White House other than Sarah Sanders. The press secretary said the president has been briefed.
Well, I can tell you, I met with the White House Thursday last week with General Kelly and their top national security people talking about incidences just like this. There's more of this coming to our shores. As ISIL gets broken apart over there, they're going to start radicalizing people on the internet in our backyard. Some of the people who went over to Syria are coming back to America. I'm afraid there's more of this coming. We had a discussion about what to do in the future if someone commits an act of terror. How should they be handled? Should we use the Obama model where they're just a common criminal, or should we go back to the wartime model where we hold them as enemy combatants? The president has said all the right things about terrorism. He's empowered the military to effectively deal with ISIL. But when it comes to detention and interrogation policy, they're still using the Obama model. I hope they will break.
So I'm looking back at the words of Mayor de Blasio. He had described this as an attempted terrorist attack, suggesting a lone actor, no additional incidents or activities. Senator, I just was wondering your thoughts. When we see a terrorist attack like this happen and the term lone wolf is used to describe it?
Well, there's a couple of scenarios. There's people who are trained in terrorism that go to terrorist training camps and come back as trained killers. There are people who get inspired by internet activity that join the cause. When you're dead, you're dead. Does it really matter how the guy behaved if they committed an act of terror and killed one of your loved ones? My point is this. This guy tried to commit an act of terror, apparently in the name of ISIL. That's enough for me to treat him differently than a common criminal. I'd like to know what got him radicalized. I'd like to know everything about what got him to want to blow himself up You cannot do that by giving him a lawyer in the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system is not designed to gather intelligence in a war. The military legal system is. So I'm hoping that whether he's a lone wolf or not, that we would treat this as an act of terrorism, not a common crime.
And treat the suspect, you say, as an enemy combatant. Senator Lindsey Graham, thank you for coming on the Breaking News.
Thank you.
All right.